there! Today I'm going to share with you my favorite art supplies for the month of July. You might notice I have a little bit of a different setup. I have my furry little mic, it makes me very happy, and a new camera, which I'll talk about in a bit because it is quite a favorite, I would have to say. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Irit. I'm an intuitive mixed media artist based in Austria, Europe, and on my channel I share my artsy adventures. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Tell me what art supplies you loved in the month of July or recently. I would love to know and maybe try one of them or more because I do love to try different art supplies. So let's get right into it. Now let's move on to something else that, on one hand, I wish I could join the anger bandwagon because it's like justified. And I'm talking about, of course, the Neocolor II, their new release. What can I tell you? I love these so much. So this is kind of like my curated palette, which is missing a few because I have also this other curated palette that I curated. Actually, the inspiration for this one was the featured artist we had in July in the Joy Art Club. I probably should take it apart. I wish I had like duplicates of all of my art supplies so I could curate these little palettes inspired by famous artists. I love doing that. I've been doing that now for a couple of months in the Joy Art Club, and I just love the color combinations. But yeah, so this is my current curated palette of Neocolor IIs, and it has a lot of the new colors because I love almost all of them. They're so good. So this is a definite favorite. I've been using these nonstop on pretty much everything ever since I got them. I know a lot of you are angry at Caran d'Ache for this release, and I completely understand. I think, but for those of us who didn't have like the complete collection, this was a great release. I'm sorry to say, but I know like a lot of people wrote me, a lot of people were angry, and a lot of people wrote me that they're really happy about this release because they can choose which sets to buy and kind of choose how to grow their collections. I never bought the full set because it was just like too expensive. So I've been collecting mine for years and years and years, and I still didn't have like all the colors. So I got all of the new sets, and there were like, I didn't have a lot of like duplicates. So I'm sorry, but some of us are really happy and I love them. The quality is so good. The new colors are so pretty. I have mixed feelings because I feel your pain and anger, but I love them so much. No doubt that Caran d'Ache should just come out with, just the limited edition colors. Then all of their customers would be happy and not just the ones that, weren't either loyal enough, didn't know the brand, or, didn't have the cash to buy the full set. Yeah, very annoying. Another favorite this month is, of course, my watercolor palette. Watercolors are probably my gateway. They were my gateway drug to mixed media, or actually maybe scrapbooking was my gateway drug into mixed media. But I feel like watercolors are like the one material, the one medium I always come back to with such joy, and I'm always excited about it. Even though I love painting also with acrylics, and I actually hardly ever paint exclusively with watercolors. So this is my current palette, and I just made a video showing all of the colors in it and swatching all of them. So if you want to see that, I will put a link wherever one puts links. And it just went up last week, so it's very, very up to date. In the comments of that video, you can find the full list. So you can just like copy paste it to your, phone, to some like notes app if you want to add some of these to your collection, or if you want to gradually add more to your collection, you can just, copy paste. A little heads up before we go on, I will be closing registration to the Joy Art Club in just a few days. The reason is that we're starting a 3-month run of focusing on color. In August, we will be exploring primary colors and triads with seascapes and boats. In September, we will explore sketchbooks. We will work in our sketchbook and explore even more color themes. And then in October, our theme is going to be Paris, the Impressionists, the Fauvists, and exploring masters' palettes. It's only €9 a month to join. You can cancel anytime, but I will be closing registration and it won't open again until November. So if any of those things that I mentioned sound interesting to you, now is really the time to join. Let's get back to the monthly favorites. Another new thing that I got this month that I'm super, super excited about is this new camera that you're seeing me through now, which comes with this cute little mic. It's possible that I just bought it for the furry little tip. Very possible. So I wanted this camera for so long, and because it's a big expense, I kept waiting and waiting, but finally I decided to get it just because I really wanted to be able to hopefully film outside with more ease. I have my existing camera. The quality is great. I really like it, but it doesn't allow for like a quick on-the-go filming, which this one does. So if you're curious which camera I chose, it's really for vlogging. And so for like my tutorials, this will probably just be like a secondary camera where hopefully you can also see my face and not just the overhead camera, which is still here. But this camera will be my only, not to say like main, but probably only camera that I can take with me on the go. It's like so tiny and so easy to switch on, and the quality is amazing. I'm really excited because I mentioned in a previous video that I'm going, I'm doing stuff. I'm going to Paris in September, and I have like a whole program for that trip. It's not just like my trip. I'll be there with other people, but I do have a couple of days where I'll be on my own, and my plan is really to film things for you, and we'll also go to some of my favorite museums that the last time I visited them, I was 18. So that was many, many moons ago. And I haven't been there as an artist. When I went there when I was 18, I just finished high school and I loved art. I was there with my childhood friend, and she also loves art. And we were there for like 5-6 days, and we just went every day to a different museum. We went to Musée d'Orsay, and we went to Rodin's museum and Picasso's museum, and the Louvre, of course. And like, I don't even know that, like, I can't even remember that we did anything except go to museums, and it was amazing. But then I was just like an art fan, and now I get to go as an artist, not to mention that I will definitely go to the Charvin store and the Sennelier store, and I'm just so excited. So I really wanted to have a camera that will allow me to kind of document everything with joy, because my old camera, it's not easy to hold. It's not easy to set up. It's just like not. So this is definitely a monthly favorite. It will probably be a yearly favorite, possibly a decade favorite, because my old camera, I bought it many, many years ago. It served me really well and will continue to serve me, but I'm excited. Don't you love it when you kind of rediscover something in your stash and it is surprisingly enjoyable? So this is what happened to me actually with this paper pad or watercolor block. This is from Etcher, and this is the cold press. It's 20 centimeter square, 8-inch square. I'm not a huge fan of cold press paper these days, especially this one has like a lot of texture. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite textured. So it hasn't been calling me these days. But I was working on my floral playground course and I really needed something a little bit smaller to work on because I was just demonstrating some concepts and different techniques for that course. And it's just much easier when you're demoing not to work on like a big painting. So I pulled this one up and I just had such a great time playing with it. We paint a lot of bouquets in this course, and it was just like a really fun size to play with and also create a kind of like a very tight composition where the bouquets could like almost fill the entire page. And because it's small, I feel it gives you a place to play, but you don't have to like... It goes pretty fast because there's just not a lot of real estate. And also in this size, you don't need like the super details that you might feel missing if you're working on larger sizes. So I was a little bit surprised because I don't paint on this size. Usually when I paint on like paper blocks, it's 30 by 40 centimeters, which is like 12-inch by 16-inch. And this one is like an 8-inch square. But I wanted to mention it because it was definitely a favorite. I want to share with you this beautiful deck of cards this is by an artist called Allison Dawrant. I'm sorry, Allison, if I said your name incorrectly, but I know her and she is lovely. And she created and very kindly sent me these glorious cards. So you can see that every card has original artwork on it and a prompt. So let me tell you what it says here. Art Poetry Card Deck. Each card is a visual reminder that the present moment holds much beauty and guides us with new insights and inspiration. This deck of cards can be a source of comfort and healing during difficult times. Choose a card in the morning or at night or whenever a thoughtful moment invites. Art holds the power of connection and evoking change. I'm grateful you chose my art poetry. So I will leave the link to this so you can get your own deck, but let me show you some of these. Add color to your world. These feel like really lovely. Add texture to your life. Hold on to hope. Accept the meaning in darkness. So this could also be really interesting prompts if you want to do journaling or maybe you want to just sketch. You can see like the paintings here, or like these illustrations are so beautiful. She did such wonderful work with these. This would also be really beautiful as a present. But I just love it. I mean, you probably know by now that I just love when watercolors get to do their thing. And I really love it in her work that it looked like she let I don't know if that's how she actually worked with it, but it looked like she let the watercolors do their thing. And then she added on top of that her illustrations and line work. And I really love that. So there are like so many here. This video would be really long if I went through all of them, but they're just beautiful. The box is beautiful. Did I mention that the back of these cards, whoops, they have this like gold dots. So pretty. Definitely check her out. She is in Canada. So for all of you Canadians, this is a local artist. I think she created something really, really beautiful. I love it when artists create new things that didn't exist before. So I wanted to show you this art poetry by Allison. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to know what your favorite art supplies are, if you tried any of the ones that I mentioned here, and if they worked for you. I will see you very soon in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.